I'm Luke, and for the past 2 days, I've been foraging wild morel mushrooms in the backcountry of Alberta, cooking gourmet meals by the campfire, and hooking onto some of the biggest fish I've ever caught in the wild. Check it out, you're gonna love this one. Hello everybody. We're out here on a stormy spring day in southern Alberta, heading to a nice little lake where we're gonna see if we can catch some cutthroat trout. We got a 10-kilometer hike in, so we're gonna rip through that, get to the lake, see if we can't catch ourselves a little cutty for the stick. The lake's at the end of a ATV road, so I'm hoping that it's a nice one and not all banged up from the dirt bikers, etc. But it should have some fish there for us. Final stretch up to the lake, and we'll see what's waiting. If it's totally ripped up by ATVs and dirt bikes, or if it's a serene escape. I'm getting excited because I'm starting to see some strawberries flowering. There's a little strawberry flower. That means that in just a few weeks, we'll be looking at harvesting some delicious berries on the hike. Oh, there's a beautiful spruce grouse up in that tree right there. He just flew off. There's another one. There's another one up ahead. Huh. These guys are everywhere out here. Okay, we just made a super awesome find. This is so awesome. Look at this. That right there is a morel. And these guys are absolutely sought after, one of the most sought after mushrooms that grow out here in the Rockies. There's just so many morels here. They'd all be great. But I only need so many, so we're gonna let the rest of these kind of reproduce and they can make some more mushies for the next person who comes by. Look at all those. They smell real earthy, kind of musty, real shroomy. Just awesome. Look at these beasts. Whenever you're harvesting in the forest like that, it's a good rule to only take about half of what you find. It just helps to not shock the ecosystem too much, not to take too many of the little guys out of the ground. Gorgeous, wonderful. I think I just heard a fish jump over there. I'm a happy guy. We got something absolutely delicious for lunch here today. Got some pulled pork. Whew, yeah. Got some tortillas. A little bit of burrito sauce. A little bit of cheese. It's taco time. Oh yeah, there you go. Whew. Bunch of melty cheese, pulled pork. A little bit of burrito sauce here. Golly. All right, let's try this out. That is incredible. I don't even know how they do this. This is just a packet of delicious Mexican pulled pork. That is so good. Let's go see if any fish are biting. Here's our rig. We're gonna do a little bobber there. Give it about 2 feet. A little bit of split shot. About another foot. Little hook. There he is. Okay, there's a few too many fish jumping with glee right now for me to feel good about not getting any bites. So I'm putting on something a little more aggressive. I'm gonna try that bullet out. I'm getting bites. I think the fish are just pretty small here. But I did see a couple big fatties jump, so that feels like a pretty solid fish right there. That actually feels like a very solid fish right there. Don't go towards the log, buddy. Holy smokes, this actually feels like a hog. Look at this. God damn. Okay, it's a hog. I haven't seen it yet though. But I can see its wake. Holy cow. This fish might be too big for me to eat. Oh my goodness. It's way too big for me to eat. We've got an absolute football. Holy smokes. Look at that thing. Wow. Oh, you're way too pretty to eat. Holy crow. Look at that thing. Back you go, buddy. Holy smokes. That was a huge fat trout. Wow. I was not expecting that guy to get reeled in. I gotta catch something way smaller than that. Holy mama, football trout. Golly. That might be the biggest rainbow trout I've ever caught. I caught a rainbow trout in my last video, but I didn't really count it towards the list because it was so many. But I think that counts as a rainbow trout caught. Holy smokes. Moments after I was done gassing up my fishing kit, the reel broke, but thankfully I was able to open it up and reset one of the components in there, so it's back in working order. All right, let's get back to whacking fatties. There you go. I think I might have moved to the right spot. Oh, it feels like another hog. Holy smokes. Wow. What a perfect fish. Holy smokes. Look at that football trout. I don't know if I could eat that whole thing. Yank this. Yeah, he's going back. There's our fish, baby. Holy smokes, he just jumped and spat it. That was a huge jump. Dang. That sounds fun. I got a really cool new piece of gear on this trip. I got myself a sleeping quilt. 30-degree sleeping quilt. That's -1 degree Celsius. And it's super lightweight. It's about 1.5 pounds. And quilts are kind of like sleeping bags, but they don't have a rear to them, so you just sleep right on that pad, and then the pad insulates you on the bottom. I'm gonna get this out of the rain. It's starting to rain a little bit more here. I got my full rain suit on. And it is beginning to hail. Happens quick. Well, no more hogs to be had tonight. The lake is absolutely beautifully, serenely calm. This is a really funny lake. It's stocked every few years, so it's got sort of two kinds of rainbows in it. The one would have been stocked just this spring, and they're all just little babies. They're tiny, but that's about 95% of what's in this. And then the other ones would have been from, you know, some stocking years ago, and they're just footballs. They're just gigantic. They've just had the whole lake to themselves for all this time. So right now I don't even know if I have the appetite to eat that big of a fish. After all the tacos that I had for lunch, I had like 4 tacos. For these situations, I have a couple of these little pouches in my emergency kit. And this is just dryer lint and Vaseline. And it'll catch, and it'll go for a while. Alright, so that is lit up now. Now I'm using olive oil, which I've actually found works surprisingly well if you want to get a fire started in kind of bad conditions. Let's get these morels all processed up. Morels really look like something alien, and they're completely hollow on the inside. Like that. It's kind of like an alien Christmas tree. That's a whole lot of shrooms. We're gonna do a bunch of olive oil in there. Okay, I think we're gonna see if we can make some truffle risotto. We got a little bit of chicken stock, we got a little bit of rice, and I'm gonna see if we can't make something gourmet here. How's about that? Yeah, these truffles they're releasing a ton of water. I'm gonna add a little bit of rice in there. That'll soak up all that flavor. A little bit more water up in there. It's time for the meal of champions. We have Morel mushroom risotto. That looks quite nice. Nice pouch of smoked tuna. Oh, that looks rather dreadful. Peep that. Let's have a taste of this Morel mushroom risotto. You know what? That is absolutely delicious. It's like a good risotto. Which is funny, it doesn't have any cheese or any butter or anything like that in it. But the flavor of the morels is it's really powerful. It's cool. It's very earthy. It's very nutty. It's like the quality of that one ingredient can just make instant rice and beef broth taste really quite nice. Now I'm just enjoying this lovely campfire and chilling. I'll probably go to sleep here in 30 minutes or so. But till then, I'm just listening to the sounds of the woods at night. The woodcock doing its sky dance over there. The trout are jumping like 2 feet into the air sometimes. They make a big kerploosh. But I suppose I'll see you all tomorrow. I slept in so much. That was the most cozy sleep I've had in a long time. This bag is super warm. Super soft. Wow. My water filter has slowed down so much that out of frustration I've switched to my backup filtration method. Just these tiny little aqua tabs. Pop one into a bottle. It's good to have backup methods for all these things. But when I get back, I think I'm gonna be ordering a new filter. Well, we're all packed up. We're ready to get heading out of here. On the hike up to this lake, I noticed there's a lot of trash. People are throwing beer cans and there's aluminum foil all over the place. So I figured on my way out I'd do a little cleanup and see how much trash I can get. Because this lake is something else. And I think it deserves a little bit of respect with the kind of fish I was pulling up on this trip. So let's see what kind of cleanup we can do. This ugly part of the lake, I believe it's a part of a restoration project that they're doing, because it looks like they've buried a ton of willow twigs which are gonna come up and sort of grow over this boat launch. Fine by me. I think you should work a little bit if you're looking to catch them lunkers. Have a look at that though. Quick little break by the river. Now we're ready to make the final stretch. What an awesome trip. Got some giant trout, absolute monsters. Got some big fat morels, cooked them up. Couldn't have asked for any better. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, come back next time. See ya.